Greetings friends, Namaskar and Vanakkam. Today I am in conversation with past International Inner Wheel Treasurer and President of the Association of Inner Wheel Clubs in India for the year 2008-2009. She was also the Association CCCC from 2022 to 2025, and we all saw her in action at the triennial in February 2025. I am talking about Azhagu Annamalai. I am honored to have this conversation with her. Welcome, Azhagu.
Thank you so much, Seema.
So tell me, you started Inner Wheel very early on in life. How did your association with Inner Wheel begin?
Well, Seema, it goes back a long time. A long time in the sense about 31 years ago, when my dad joined Rotary as the Charter Secretary of Madras Fort, Rotary Club of Madras Fort. He was asked by the hands of the Esplanade Club to start an Inner Wheel Club. And of course he said yes, and he started it with the Charter President of Madras Fort's wife, Meenakshi, and he just said you have to join. And at that time he had forced Annamalai to join Rotary too. And I said, no Dad, we've got too much ahead of us, I think Rotary it's too early for us. But sadly, he died 3 months later. So then we as a couple decided, yes, we have to be in the organizations that he wanted us to be in, because that was his wish. And that's how I entered Inner Wheel.
Okay.
When I entered Inner Wheel, I was pregnant with my second son. Yeah.
And you rose swiftly through the ranks of the Inner Wheel. Could you share your milestones in your Inner Wheel journey?
Yeah, no, thank you, Seema. Inner Wheel, actually, initially I wouldn't say I took up to it too much, but it so happened that I became the president in the year 95-96 when Kamla Ramakrishnan became the chairman of the district. And I didn't do much as a president, but I think I just took on to her, and both of us have become very close friends ever since. Yeah. It's very rare when you have a president and a chairman who get so close. But more because we both, I being a Chennai girl, a Madras girl, and her husband's family have always been in Chennai. So therefore, I think we had very common friends, and my relatives knew her and her relatives knew me. So that, I think, added to the whole thing. And also, it's just that from the beginning, from the time of me being in school, I've always liked to speak, to debate, to do elocutioning. So therefore, I think the mic helped me rise in Inner Wheel very fast, because I was able to express myself and my thoughts.
Yes, yes. So during your tenure as association president, what aspects of that role did you enjoy the most?
That I spoke in Hindi.
Okay.
I've never learnt Hindi. It came to me after I joined Inner Wheel, because in my club, we had a lot of Marwari girls, and they were good only at Hindi. So I was forced to learn Hindi to converse with them. Of course, smattering Hindi, I won't say good, but in District 303 in Chalisgaon, I had no other option but to speak in Hindi, because they said they wouldn't listen to the English speech. Okay. So here was me speaking broken Hindi, but of course I did enjoy it, and they said, Madam, it was really good. So, those are the things which I'll say as a president I enjoyed, because it's, as Kamla has also mentioned, I suppose much earlier, it's the friendships. And these friendships you don't lose. They are there with you in all over the country, and you never know when those friendships come to you, your aid, not only yours, to your families and to many other things. Inner Wheel has been a lot, means a lot to me, has been a lot to me.
That I have seen personally. Wherever I go, everybody knows you.
Yes.
You have friends everywhere, all over the country.
Thank you, Seema.
Azhagu, you served as International Inner Wheel Treasurer for 3 years. A very significant achievement, as in these years, you were the only second one from India to do so. What are some of the key changes that you brought in? And some of the challenges and how you navigated those?
Interesting, Seema. It's not the same when you are a treasurer at national level and in international, totally two different things. You're dealing with a lot of currencies, different currencies. That was one. Another thing is, I found that there was a lot of unnecessary expenditure happening in international in a way, especially for the meetings. Pardon me saying so, but I think I impressed the president of them to change the decision to have meetings at very fancy hotels where we don't use the facilities, but we are paying for the facilities. We only go back there to sleep. So in my opinion, I think we need to meet in any place and have just a basic clean room and clean bathroom, because that's what a person needs to rest well to attend the meeting of the next day.
Yeah.
So therefore, you know me, if I believe in something, I push it through, and I made them visit the town hall which is neighboring to our office, and they were impressed with what was available. So I think ever since I was treasurer, they've been having their governing body meetings and their executive meetings in the office and in the town hall, and they had no options but to give up staying in the luxurious chateaus that they were staying in and shift back to the boutique hotel that the committee stays in when we go for our meetings in Altrincham.
That must have saved quite a
Huge amount of money, because I think it's almost, I mean, it's a large saving, almost £100 a room.
Okay.
Yeah, that much saving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just attended the triennial in February of 2025, and as the CCCC, you brought in technology this time, streamlining the voting process and making it far more efficient and quick. So what inspired this motivation and how did you go about it?
Okay. Inspiration is that it's available now. It's much easier than before, and all of us have smartphones.
Yeah.
And I think the convention in Manchester is what convinced me totally that when we could do it internationally, let's do it in India. Our delegation for the convention international would be as much as it is in India. I mean, maybe Indian delegation would have been much more, the number of delegates who attended the conference. But the thing is, our ladies are smart. They didn't need much of training, I would say, and it was going to save us a lot of time, manpower, energy, and squabbles. Saying, have you counted the right, is the ballot counting right, does it have to go through another recount? Those things were not there because, of course, the machine gave us the number bang on. It was like happening side by side, Seema. I think we saved on a lot of time.
Yes.
And it was such a pleasure. In fact, everybody came up to me and said, ma'am, such a beautiful conference because of the way you conducted the business session.
It was truly very smooth and very efficient.
And the president also took up to it. She was very okay with it. She said, yeah, it's a good idea. And we had this very efficient person, Sandeep from Bangalore, who conducted it beautifully.
Lovely. So looking ahead, what do you see the way forward for Innovale in India?
Okay, in India, we're going to get a lot of new kind of thoughts into Innovale, because now we have moved away from, earlier you could join Innovale only if you were connected to Rotary or you were related to an Innovale member. But now it has opened up. We can invite women of different kinds of women from different walks of life. But the only thing which I will keep insisting is on quality before quantity. I feel that we will lose the quality of the organization if we do not insist on quality and on the maturity of a member, because we can't afford to have people just for the numbers, though I'm afraid in India it is growing number wise more than quality wise. But I see the future in Innovale in India will not, I mean, I think after this decade it may come down a bit. I feel the interest in doing service, I find it's more projecting them. Self-projection is going to be more in Innovale, and of course they want to have more fun than before.
You mean personalized service will suffer?
Yes, a lot. It's just how much money can you throw in? Where is your name going to be out on the billboard? That kind of projects is going to be there, more than going out to help the person who really needs your help. Even a hand on the shoulder would be a lot of help.
But CSR funding will help.
It's coming in. Yes, it is there, Seema. But I find that money is playing a very big role now. You need to be moneyed to be somebody in Innovale.
Okay. Argu, you are a very passionate baker and a lover of good food. What are your favorite cuisines to cook and enjoy?
Cuisines, I would say, is Asian. Anything,
Asian?
pan-Asian. because I think my family has a history of coming, a lot of business interests in Malaysia and in Vietnam and everything. So Pan Asian is what we cook, a lot of it at home. In my mom's home also we had a lot of Asian food. That's one thing. And baking I got on because of my mother. My mother used to bake a lot. In fact, I think we always had a cake at home. It was always home baked, and which I did for my kids too. A chocolate cake which I can never forget. Now of course the children saying they can't afford to have a chocolate cake every day, but it was always there for them when they came back from school. That was my favorite. Yeah.
Okay. And what advice would you like to share with the younger generation of Inner Wheel members? You were instrumental in promoting a lot of next gen clubs.
Yes.
Because, so what is your advice to them?
In fact, I think it happened in my year, the first next gen club. I was in Lucknow, the first club in District 312. I would like to say that, we have a lot of enthusiastic youth in India, but the only problem is they need to be directed correctly. They're there to do whatever you want them to do, but ensure that you channel their interest in the right way. I feel that they should focus on what is required, which they are prepared to do. Focus on what is required and ensure that they follow up on what they have provided.
Thank you, Azhagu, for that advice. Small, brief, rapid fire for you. Thing you love doing most?
Of course, I think now at the moment in my life, my granddaughter is my life. All the time I spend with her is very precious. Yeah.
I didn't expect anything else. Your favorite recipe?
My favorite recipe is, I think it's something called mee hoon. I don't know if you are familiar with it. It's a kind of a glass rice noodle. So yes, that's my favorite.
Okay. And comfort food for you?
Curd rice.
Curd rice?
Yes.
Okay. One place that you wish to visit?
Bali.
Bali?
Yeah, that's always been in my mind. I never could do it when Annamalai was alive. But I've been telling my kids, they said, Ma, finish with your inner wheel and tell us when you're free and we'll go to Bali.
Sure. Yeah. And one principle that you follow strictly in life?
Say the truth. Stand by the truth. No matter what the consequence is going to be, you should be truthful. Be ready to face what is right. Be frank. And don't hide behind anybody. Just say what your mind feels, analyze and say the correct thing. Because for me, I feel finally that is the real thing a human should follow. Especially, being educated by nuns, I think that's one of the things that I was taught when I was growing up. Yeah, Seema.
Thank you.
Be truthful. Yeah.
Thank you, Azhagu. Ladies,
thank you so much,
that was another shining star from our galaxy of 50, Azhagu Annamalai. And I am PDC Seema Bhargava. Thank you for being so candid and so openly sharing all your views.
Not at all. My pleasure. Let's wish Inner Wheel another golden jubilee, another 50 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.